Just as I was about to head to bed, my phone lit up with a notification. A message from my sister, Elena. "You need to see this, Maria. I wasn't sure whether to send it, but you deserve to know." Attached was a 30-second video. I hesitated. A strange tightness formed in my chest as I hit play. The screen flickered. Sophia, my daughter, sat in Elena's living room, wine glass in hand, legs crossed, expression amused. Across from her was Elena's daughter, Carla. "My mom is such a joke," Sophia said, rolling her eyes. "Come on, she's done a lot." "For you?" Carla replied hesitantly. "Please," Sophia snorted. "She's never accomplished anything, just some pathetic loser working 2 crappy jobs for nothing. It's embarrassing. That's why I never invite people over. Oh yeah, my mom works at a diner and cleans houses on the side. So tragic." I felt my stomach drop. Pathetic. Loser. Embarrassing. Never accomplished anything. I gripped the phone tightly, my knuckles turning white. From behind the camera, Elena's voice cut in. "Sophia, that's your mother. Do you even hear yourself?" Sophia laughed. "What? She acts like some martyr just because she worked 2 jobs. Newsflash. Parents are supposed to take care of their kids. I didn't ask for any of it. She just loves playing the victim." The video ended, but her voice echoed in my head. I stared at the screen, heart pounding. This was my daughter. The one I gave everything for. 2 jobs, 15-hour days, countless nights coming home too tired to eat. All so she could have what I never did. All. For this? Another message from Elena followed. Elena. I confronted her. She doesn't even feel bad, Maria. She really believes it. I didn't know if I should tell you, but I couldn't keep it to myself. I didn't respond. Couldn't. I just walked to the bathroom, gripped the edge of the sink, and tried to steady myself. This wasn't just about the video. Sophia had always been entitled, ungrateful, dismissive. She had new clothes, school trips, a warm home, all because I worked myself to the bone. Yet she looked at me with contempt. I could have screamed. I could have confronted her that night. But no, that would be too easy. She needed to learn a lesson, one she wouldn't forget. I woke up early the next morning, the weight of her words still pressing against me. But I wasn't angry. I was done with anger. I was ready. 6:15 a.m. She was still asleep. Of course she was. 27 years old, still living under my roof, waking at noon, refusing to work. I had made it too easy. That was about to change. When she strolled into the kitchen at noon, yawning in her pajamas, she greeted me casually. "Morning," she mumbled, heading for the fridge. "Afternoon," I replied. She poured oat milk, the one I bought, into the overpriced organic cereal she insisted on. "I need your card later," she said, eyes on her phone. "There's a sale. I want this jacket." "No," she blinked. "Wait." "What?" "I'm not paying for anything else, Sophia. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever again." "You're joking." "Do I look like I'm joking?" "What is wrong with you? Did something happen at work?" That word, work, landed like a punch. "Funny you ask," I said, "because I've spent the last 20 years breaking my back to keep this roof over our heads. 2 jobs, no help, and in return, a daughter who calls me a pathetic loser." Her face paled. "Elena sent me the video," I said. "I heard everything." "You're taking that too seriously." "I was just venting." "Calling me a failure? Saying you're embarrassed by me? That's just venting?" "Look, I didn't mean it. I was frustrated." "Frustrated by what? Having food? A warm house? No rent? No bills?" "Oh my, God, here we go again. You act like you're a saint just because you did what you were supposed to. Parents provide. You're not special." That was the moment something in me snapped. Not with rage, but with clarity. You're right, I said calmly. Parents provide, and I did. But you? You're not a child anymore. I walked to the drawer and pulled out an envelope. What's this? She asked. Open it. She ripped it open. Inside, a job application and apartment listings. A job, an apartment? Congratulations. You're officially on your own. You're serious? You have 30 days to get a job and find a place. You're 27. It's time to grow up. I don't have money. Not my problem. This is crazy. Over a stupid video? No, because I won't support someone who thinks I'm worthless. Fine! I'll go live with Dad! I laughed. That's the funniest thing you've ever said. Her father, the man who walked out when she was 5, who hadn't sent a check, a birthday card, a single word in 22 years, he wasn't coming to save her. Good luck with that. Mom. Her voice was smaller now, the arrogance gone. Can we talk about this? We will, after you figure out where you're going to live. And I walked away, leaving her to face the first real problem in her life. One I wasn't going to fix. The days that followed were quiet, tense. She still ate my food, used my Wi-Fi, slept under my roof. But something was shifting. The first morning after, I found her on her laptop, browsing job listings. Did you sleep? I asked. Not really. That's what stress feels like. Welcome to adulthood. By day 5, she had gone to a retail interview. She came back looking defeated. They didn't hire me. Why? No experience. It's just scanning barcodes. Now you get why people work hard. Nothing's handed to you. By day 10, she was breaking down. She'd applied everywhere. Apartments were too expensive. And then came the breaking point. She opened the fridge, grabbed one of those pricey yogurts. That'll be $3, I said. What? That yogurt costs $3. You're paying for your own food. Are you serious? Dead serious. You want to be treated like an adult? It starts now. This is insane. No, what's insane is me supporting a 27-year-old who disrespects me. She had no comeback, just stormed off. On day 15, she knocked on my bedroom door. When I opened it, she stood there. No attitude, no demands, just quiet, small, ready. 13:45. Her eyes were red, her lips pressed into a thin line. 13:48. For a moment, she said nothing. Then, in a small voice, she asked, "Can we talk?" I nodded, gesturing for her to come in. I sat on the bed while she took the chair across from me. 13:59. I get it now, she whispered. I said nothing. I just let her talk. I thought I was better than you, she admitted, her voice cracking, because I went to college, because I had friends who lived differently, but I didn't see it. The things you went through, how hard it was for you. I swallowed, my hands tightening in my lap. And then I couldn't even get a basic job, she continued, wiping her nose. Everything's expensive and exhausting. I didn't know how much energy it takes to worry about money every single day. Her voice broke. And you did it alone. And I acted like you were nothing. I'm so sorry, Mom. Her shoulders shook. For the first time in years, I didn't see the entitled girl I had come to know. I saw my daughter, lost, humbled, and finally facing the reality she had been shielded from. I took a deep breath. Do you know why your father left? I asked. She sniffled, looking up. He didn't love us, right? I shook my head. No, Sophia. He left because he was a coward. He didn't want responsibility. He didn't want to work hard. He thought life should be easy, that the world owed him something. Just like you did. Her lip trembled. I never wanted that for you, I continued. I worked myself to the bone so you wouldn't have to struggle. But in doing that, I made a mistake. I protected you too much from reality. Her head lowered. This time she understood. Mom, can I start over? She asked quietly. I studied her face. No arrogance, no defense, just regret. I exhaled. That depends. Are you ready to change? She nodded quickly. Yes, I swear. Yes. I reached for her hand, squeezed it. Then let's start over, because real revenge, it's not yelling or shaming, it's watching someone change from the inside out. The shift. The morning after, something was different. For the first time in years, Sophia was up before noon. I heard the creak of her bedroom door at 7 a.m., a time she used to ignore unless it meant brunch with friends. I stayed quiet as she moved into the kitchen. She didn't reach for oat milk or organic cereal. She grabbed bread, made toast. A cheap, simple breakfast. Progress. Good morning, I said, sipping my coffee. Morning, she mumbled, sliding into a chair. No phone in her hand, no scrolling, no influencers or texts. She was just present. I let the silence sit, a while. Then I asked, "What's the plan today?" She exhaled. I have an interview. My brow lifted. Oh? She nodded, poking at her toast. It's at the cafe down the street. It's just a waitress job, but it's a start, I finished for her. She nodded again. I smiled. Let me know how it goes. Reality check 3 days later, she got the job. It wasn't glamorous. It didn't pay much, but it was hers. I knew because I saw her collapse onto the couch after her first shift. Oh my God, she groaned, kicking off her shoes. My feet feel like they've been stomped on by elephants. Customers are the worst. One guy snapped his fingers at me like I was a dog. A kid spilled juice on my jeans. And the tips? Practically nothing. Ah, I said, sipping tea. So working hard for little appreciation is frustrating? Her lips pressed together. Now imagine doing that for 20 years, I added. Her face softened. Mom, I'm proud of you. I set my mug down. Really? This is the first real thing you've done for yourself, and the first time you've seen what my life was like. She nodded, rubbing her feet. I used to think you were just obsessed with work. Like, you didn't have a life. But now I get it. You didn't have a choice. No, and neither do you. If you want a real life. The wake-up call. A week later, she sat hunched over the kitchen table, calculator in hand, staring at apartment listings. I don't think I can afford any of these, she said, eyes meeting mine. Even with this job, I'd barely cover rent. No money left for food or bills. That's reality, I said. That's why people work 2 jobs, live with roommates, and sacrifice. She sighed. I don't want to live like this forever. Then do something about it. Like what? You have a degree, Sophia, a good one. But you've been waiting for the perfect job to land in your lap. That's not how it works. You need to work your way up. She stared at the table, biting her lip. I guess I was scared of failing. I thought I was too good for the bottom. There it was, the root of her entitlement, spoken aloud. I placed a hand on hers. You're not too good to work, Sophia. No one is. You can either keep struggling or start building. Your choice. This time she nodded and meant it. Turning the page. 2 days later, she came to me with a plan. I applied for a marketing job. It's entry level, not glamorous. But if I get it, I can start saving. I can move out. I smiled. That's a great start. I'm proud of you. She exhaled, then added, I want to start paying rent, even if it's just a little. I don't want to live off you anymore. I blinked. That was unexpected and real. Okay, I said softly. Let's start small. We'll see how things go. She nodded, sealing the promise with a quiet determination. The real gift. 3 weeks later, everything had changed. She woke up early, paid for her own groceries, cooked her own meals, not because I asked, because she wanted to. One quiet Sunday, she walked into the kitchen with 2 plates in hand. "I made dinner," she said shyly. I blinked. Roasted chicken and vegetables. Simple. But she had never cooked a full meal in her life. "You cooked?" I asked, raising a brow. She laughed. "I figured after eating your food for 27 years, it's about time." We sat down. For once, the meal was peaceful. No tension, no arguments. Halfway through, she cleared her throat. "I got the marketing job." I set down my fork. "Sophia, that's incredible." She smiled, pulling out a small envelope. "I wanted to give you this." Inside was a stack of cash, her first rent payment. "I don't want to take you for granted anymore." I stared at the money, heart full. "This means more than you know." She smiled. "I think I do." I slid it back to her. "Keep it. You've already given me what I wanted, the daughter I always knew you could be." Forgiveness. Later that night, she leaned against the counter. "Mom," she said quietly, "I never told you why I was so angry at you before." I turned off the faucet. "Why? I wasn't mad at you. I was mad at myself. I thought I was supposed to be successful, to do something great. And when I wasn't, it was easier to blame you." I nodded. "I understand. I don't blame you anymore. I was wrong about everything. I hope you can forgive me." I pulled her into a hug. "I forgave you a long time ago. I just needed you to see yourself clearly first." A new beginning. A month later, she moved out. A small apartment. Nothing fancy, but it was hers. As she hugged me goodbye, she said through tears, "Thank you, Mom, for everything." "I love you, Sophia," I said, voice thick. "I love you too." And as she walked out the door, not out of anger or rebellion, but choice, I realized the best revenge isn't hurting someone back. It's making them see what they never saw before and watching them change because of it.